Everybody's festive.
Mhm.
Everybody's excited. The food is great. There's new
Mhm.
drinks to have. And of course, I'm talking about the absolute reveal of the Pantone color of the years.
That's right. Promo up front, party in the back. The mullet's a full podcast.
Have a very Kirby Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but there'll be merch I hear. And that
Ooh.
is exactly how we are kicking off episode number 232, I think, of the Promo Upfront
Sure.
podcast. I am one of your hosts, Bill Petrie. With me, as always, let's call him the maven of Mocha Moose himself, the one and only Kirby Hassman. Kirby, fresh off of a quick trip to Vegas. How the hell are you?
I'm doing well. I think a lot of us who go to Vegas on a regular basis have a similar opinion, especially because every time I go to Vegas, it's always for a work trip of
Yeah.
some sort, right? And Expo is always fun, and I'm looking forward to that trip. But this
Yeah.
was such a whirlwind that I was just like, I could not wait to get out of Vegas and get back home. So I'm doing great because I slept in my own bed. I'm back at back in the home that I love. So yeah, I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking. I always say I love going to Vegas,
Mhm.
but I love leaving it a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
And so I completely understand that. We're only a couple weeks away from Christmas for those who celebrate, and so hustle bustle, and I know obviously you are running around this weekend, Kirby. Shockingly enough, that got me to thinking, as things often do. Like I said, we're just weeks away from the new year, and while we're all running around trying to wrap up 2024. It's also time to take the necessary steps that's going to determine your success for
Mm,
2025. More
yeah.
specifically, right now really is the time to look at your at who your partner needs to be to help you grow your business in the coming year. Now, this is where we can enter our good friends over at Artwork Services USA. Let's call them AWS for short. Now, Kirby, did you know that for 24 years they have been the trusted partner for complete back office and innovative technology solutions in the promotional products industry? Now, I think you do, but I don't want you to take my word for it. They just received a 2024 Gold Pyramid Award for their amazing website design for Cap America, which is
Mm.
really great if you haven't seen it. And the solutions don't stop there, Kirby. They could, but they don't. That's the amazing thing. Virtual assistants, they're the originators and they have best in class expertise in that area. ERP solutions that are specifically designed for the promotional products industry. And that's very important when you have a large website with a lot of complexities and things like that.
Sure.
Real-time artwork and order processing and gives you your time back. So valuable, especially as time always feels like there's never enough of it. And like I mentioned, those award-winning websites, gorgeous and frictionless user experience that will work for your business. Now, Kirby, that's a partner you could actually kind of dance with all year, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think that when you have partners like that that really have expertise in those areas that most of us don't, right? Like I think
Yeah,
every business needs those things, but having a partner that has the specific expertise to solve a problem, I mean, that's what we want to be, right? For our end
yeah.
users. And I think that it sounds like AWS is exactly that for distributors, suppliers.
100%. Kirby, I couldn't agree more. Even if I could agree more, I don't think I could agree more because that was so perfectly stated.
Yeah.
The best part is if you're heading to Vegas, like you, or if you commute to Vegas, like you do, Kirby, you can speak. You can speak with them about your specific needs, and they're going to work with you to customize a solution that absolutely works for you and your business. That's right. They don't have off-the-shelf solutions when it comes to AWS. They don't, because they understand that they need to tailor make every single solution to your needs, your business, and adapt to how you go to market. And that ensures that every solution they create works for their clients. So visit them. You can see Scott Nussnow, friend of the show, Varshil Thacker, also a friend of the show. Great folks there. Visit them at booth 2754 at PPAI Expo, and they will work with you to plan out how you can transform your business in 2025. All right, Kirby. I want to thank you for I think you've displayed an incredible amount of courage this morning
Yeah.
by agreeing to podcast with me. So, if you feel extra courageous, I would ask respectfully if you would kick us off with a topic this morning.
Absolutely. I've got one, and I want to give credit. Speaking of friends of the show, Danny Rosen sent this to me on Instagram. And so I thought this was really fun, and I wanted to get your take on it. Um, KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken of the world, has rolled out a campaign where they're turning their bucket lid into a playable
Hmm.
paper record. And it's for the holidays, so it plays a Christmas song. So the idea is that you get it, you put your record player that plays some holiday music, listen,
Hmm.
eat your bucket of chicken in a festive mood. And
Sure.
I thought this was really fun. So I was then surprised when everybody on the Instagram commenting list didn't all agree. So, so I thought it was really fun. And of course, the natural one was like, well, I'm not putting that on my record player because the grease will gum up my. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I feel like you're kind of picking a nit a little bit. But one person
Yeah.
said it was another stupid marketing stunt because marketers are lost. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Super.
yeah. And so I disagreed, and I kind of wanted to get your overall take on this. I know you haven't got a ton of detail, but
No.
it is a functioning record that they have as
Yeah.
the lid. I thought it was pretty fun. What say you?
As a music guy, I absolutely love this. And it reminds me when you're telling me about it along with the rest of our audience, it reminds me of when I was in high school and I used to subscribe to guitar magazines.
Mm.
Guitar Player, Guitar for the Practicing Musician. They didn't take because I play like shit, but doesn't change the fact that I received them. And what was great about them, a lot of times they had a flexible
Hmm.
tear out record in them, like a 45.
Yep.
It was very thin plastic. They didn't last forever, but
Sure.
a lot of times they were special versions of songs you hadn't heard, or maybe it was a lesson here and there. And so just hearing that KFC is doing stuff like that kind of evokes those memories and gives me warm feelings in the cockles of my heart, wherever
Yeah.
those may be. That being said, I do understand the grease factor,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
also, I wonder how it smells.
Yeah.
But if we
Like
talk about
KFC would be
marketing
my guess.
well, probably. I think if we talk about marketing that entices all the senses, well, this is hitting more than just one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I look for people who say marketers are lost and all that. eh, let's remember that marketing can be fun,
Yeah.
and this is fun.
Yeah.
It's a low calorie burn for, well, it's a high calorie burn if you're eating the chicken, but it's a
Yeah.
low calorie burn if you are, putting creating a lid that has a playable record on it. That's probably going to last what, 3 or 4 listens, to be
Yeah.
very candid.
Sure.
I think it's cool. It's fun. It reminds me of when Pizza Hut um, created a pizza box that you could fold a certain way, in the little topper that would protect the pizza from the top of the lid had a magnifying glass so you could shoot your phone through there and make create almost like a video screen.
Mm.
That stuff's fun. We don't have to overthink this shit. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think um, the the idea that marketers are lost on this, I actually disagree. I think this is
Yeah.
exactly the kind of thing that a fun brand should be doing.
Yeah.
And my guess is, again, I don't know any of the details of the budget or any of that sort of thing, but my guess is based on the cost, because I don't think the cost would be that crazy to pull this off
No,
for
that's what
a
I was
national
saying.
brand. That I think just because sometimes it's like, okay, well, what's the return on investment? Well, sometimes those are hard to measure, although it does make me want to buy a bucket of chicken. I'm just being totally honest. But it's also about
Yeah.
this. It's about the conversations. It's about the free press it's going to create. It's about the Instagram post that I'm literally looking at on repeat while we talk about this. Those are the things that sometimes are the brand marketing that we can't measure per se, but absolutely add value. So I think this is a slam dunk.
100%. And who knows how it's packaged? They could sandwich the actual flexible record between two pieces of cardboard, protecting it a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But again, one of the things we have consistently spoken about in this podcast are some of the really wacky but impactful collaborations. Now, I don't
Yeah.
know who the artist is on this, but this could be something like that. I think people need to, loosen up a little bit. As Bill Murray said in the movie Stripes, lighten up, Francis. It's,
It's fun.
relax a little
Yeah.
bit. I couldn't agree more. No, great topic. Hey, Kirby, you know what? Many people know how to build a business,
Mm.
but few understand not only when to sell that business, but the process involved to ensure that you find the right partner so you can maximize the return on your investment. And this is why you truly need an expert, especially one that's focused on the promotional products industry to really help you. And this is where certified marketing consultants come in. Jamie Watson and her team have decades of experience, successful experience, facilitating private company sales in our space, in that branded merchandise space.
Yeah.
So to help you evaluate if it's time to sell your business, reach out to CMC at info@certifiedmarketing.com for a confidential discussion today. They will be in Vegas, so hit them up with an email, meet with you very confidentially, see what it looks like, and see if it's viable to sell your business. It's a good opportunity to do so. All right, Kirby, it's one of my favorite times of year because
Okay.
I love just it's everybody's festive,
Mhm.
everybody's excited, the food is great, there's new
Mhm.
drinks to have, and of course I'm talking about the absolute reveal of the Pantone color of the year. Something
Okay,
we
you,
wait
you
for
got me. You got me
all
on
year
that
round.
one.
Um, if you're not familiar, Kirby, the color Pantone, with great fanfare, has revealed their color of the year, and it is none other than Mocha Mousse. I'm going to
Okay.
try to do this in my worst radio voice or
Okay.
best radio voice, depending on who you are. It is number 17-1230, Kirby. Um, they describe Mocha Mousse a warming brown hue imbued with richness. It nurtures us with its suggestion of the delectable qualities of chocolate and coffee, answering our desire for comfort. That's how they explain this color choice. Now, the vice president of Pantone said, for Pantone Color of the Year 2025, we look to a mellow brown hue whose inherent richness and sensorial and comforting warmth extends further into our desire for comfort and the indulgence of the simple pleasures we can gift and share with others. Now, wait, there's more, Carby.
Okay.
The executive director of the Pantone Institute went on to say, underpinned by our desire for everyday pleasures, Mocha Mousse expresses a level of thoughtful indulgence, sophisticated and lush, yet at the same time an unpretentious classic. Mocha Mousse extends our perceptions of the browns from being humble and grounded to embrace aspirational and luxe. Now, Kirby, you know how much I absolutely look forward to this every year.
Yeah.
You talk about Santa coming down the chimney and running down to see what's under the tree.
Yeah.
Wow, was this one a surprise? I have some thoughts on this, but I will yield to you. What are your thoughts on the Pantone color of the year? And as always, what are your thoughts on the absolute, the honestly, the chaos surrounding this type of an announcement?
Yeah. So I think it's fascinating that all of those people have the same voice. You use the same radio voice
Yeah.
for all of them. So I thought that was
That's
interesting.
bad acting. That's
No,
bad acting, sir.
so I guess my real only take of this is that when you said Mocha Mousse and I was like, okay, so some sort of light brown,
Hmm.
I actually do think that makes sense just based on the fact that that's what I'm seeing in retail.
Yeah.
So having just traveled quite a bit and you look around, you're seeing more of that in fashion and that sort of thing. I'm hardly a student of those trends, but once you point them out to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I am seeing
Yeah.
that more and more. Um,
Yeah.
and I think we've said this every year, but just for the sake of it, is I do actually think that Pantone is brilliant for making this announcement and kind of making the fanfare. Is it a little bit over the top? It is. But I do think that if you are in the business of colors, making fanfare around colors makes sense.
Well, personally, I don't see color, Kirby, but that's just how I live my life. Kidding aside, joking aside. So I have long been a fairly harsh critic. It's pretty well documented.
Yeah.
I always read the quotes because they're more than a little over the top about
Yeah.
waxing poetic about shit brown, which is essentially what this color is. Um, I'm going to turn it around. I actually am leaning more towards where you're at with this. And this shows my evolution as a human male being. I actually think the way they do it is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think there's more tongue in cheek here than I realize. I think they're intentionally making it so effusive in their praise of the color and waxing so poetic about it. So I think it's great. I think the color is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I have to, if I was wearing a cap, I would tip it. I think it helps them remain relevant.
Yeah.
It helps them, who's really the arbiter and decides what the color of the year is? They are, because they do it and they've done it for years.
Yeah. They
And so
create the
over
list.
time, you become the authority on that. It's become
Yeah.
creating a list. So I just thought it was fun. It's always fun for me to read those quotes. And yes, of course, it's the same voice. I'm not an actor. I'm not
Yeah.
Brad
It would have been
Cooney.
great if you did a different accent for each person. Next year, we'll work on that. Um,
I don't have that kind of free time. So you get the cheesy radio voice. All right, Kirby, you got a
no,
topic?
so real quick before we go, I'm
Mm,
curious about the
mhm.
timing of this, though.
Yeah,
Um, do you think it has anything to do with, and again, obviously they're selling a lot of these things at our
Mm,
show that is coming up in a
right.
month. Is it just, hey, it's the end of the year and so we're getting ready to it? But do you think there's anything to the trade show season coming up, or the timing of this drop seems to drop before our show? Or the
Yeah.
expo? I was just curious. Do you think if there's anything related? Probably not, I think, but
I no, I actually think it's related. I have my well-placed sources
okay.
inside the Pantone Institute. They drop it right around the second week of December because they know you and I are going to talk about it on the Promo Front podcast.
Right. Okay.
Which I personally find flattering.
Yeah.
Uh, Kidding aside, I don't think it has anything to do with our industry. I think it
Yeah.
has everything to do with it's kind of a quieter time, probably.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sure there are people smarter than both you and I that figured out this is the time where we can garner the most attention for dropping the Pantone color of the year. And it has become somewhat of something that comes with some fanfare and it comes with some excitement. I don't know if people look forward to it. I don't know if there's like a specific day so people are counting it down. But I think generally people who do pay it in our industry, in retail and in fashion, they probably do pay attention that, hey, we know that first, second week in December, Pantone is going to suggest what they think the color of the year is for 2025. I don't know how you measure it. Like, are they accurate every year? I don't know how that works. But I don't think it has anything to do with our industry. I think it has everything to do with them making sure they're in a conversation about trends,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it has everything to do with them selling actual product and licenses and merchandise, things like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Um, so you are a fan of the Amazon, yes?
I have a very unhealthy relationship with Amazon. I don't know what credit card is tied to it, but as I've said, it's like Christmas 85 times a year because I'll order something on Monday, and then a box will show up on Wednesday, and I have no idea what it is because I don't remember what I ordered. So it's magical. So yes, I have a I have a very complex relationship with the Amazon.
Well, I would say that you would want to tie in and make sure you know what credit card is on file with Amazon, because Amazon sells cars now. So right now it's just Hyundais, but still. So the
Mhm.
e-commerce giant officially launched Amazon Auto Service this week, empowering online shoppers in 48 U.S. cities to buy exclusively Hyundai vehicles from participating dealers. Users can also
Mhm.
finance their purchases, schedule pickups, trade in existing cars, all from within the Amazon site or app.
Mhm.
They plan to add more manufacturers next year, but this is them rolling out this next evolution. I thought this was
Yeah.
fascinating, and I wanted
Yep.
to. You are a person who has, I know, been more. I tend to buy cars more traditionally, like going to the
Yep.
dealership and stuff like that. But
Yep.
you've, I think, used
A
Carvana.
Carvana. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought a
Okay.
car online.
So
Yep.
I guess I wanted your take on it to see, what do you think of Amazon jumping in
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. Like I said, in 2016, I think no, 2018, whatever. So I think let's call it 2018.
It's
Bought a
BC.
car from Carvana. Yeah, BC before COVID.
Yeah.
We did buy a car from Carvana, and it was a completely frictionless online experience. They came and dropped off the car, and it was nothing short of fantastic. And so I'm almost surprised it's taken this long for Amazon
Yeah,
to
me too.
kind of integrate this into their ecosystem. It's interesting to me anyway. So when I was younger, but I grew up with Simpsons. I loved the Simpsons in college. I loved all that stuff. In a couple years after the Simpsons debut, there was a cartoon, same guy, Matt Groening, who wrote it called Futurama. And very quickly, it was about a guy who fell into a chamber, fell asleep, came out 500 years later. So it was a guy from the late 80s, early 90s, but now 500 years in the future. And my point for sharing all this, they had a company called Mother, and that's where every piece of commerce came from. You went to Mother to buy it. Now it was run by this lady who was very mean and all, but had this wonderful persona, at least
Yeah.
publicly. Amazon's become Mother, and one of the things that's wonderful about as everything cuts both ways.
Yeah.
I can't go to the grocery store to get shoelaces anymore. I used to get shoelaces at the grocery store. Now I need shoelaces or the drugstore. All that stuff's on Amazon now. So it's surprising to me that it's taken this long. I will say this, Amazon has a wonderful model where they're not afraid to try new things and they're not
Mm.
afraid to fail at
Yeah.
those new things. So I don't know if this will succeed or fail. My money would be on success.
Yeah.
Personally, uh, uh, I, it's interesting to me how Amazon is becoming. That's almost the first place everybody goes to buy things outside of groceries.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on this. I think this has a lot of
Yeah.
chance for success because again,
Yeah.
they already have all the contact information. You're already there.
Yep.
You're already doing the things. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm surprised it's taken them this long.
Yeah.
So I think that, Hyundais are a good place to start, value piece. Well, but again, just a delivery and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm super curious to see where it goes next.
Okay. All right. Yeah, me too. Me too. How much time we got left, Kirby? You are the official timekeeper of this platinum level award winning and even award nominated.
Yeah,
Did that
yeah.
backwards. Who cares? Podcast. How much time we have left?
We got about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that.
You know what? Let's go with a quick one. We'll have a little fun with it. I'll save. We got to curate content here. I'll kick this one down the road a little bit.
Okay.
The big one. All right, Kirby. Let's play a little game. Let's have some fun. It's a
I love
fun
it.
time of year. It's a time of year where, a lot of people imbibe a little bit more. They'll have a celebratory drink, maybe an eggnog, things like that. It's a time to be with family and friends. And it got me to thinking, Kirby, if we only drank certain beverages,
Mhm.
and that's it. Didn't eat anything, just drank those beverages. How long could we live? So we're going to quiz you on that, Kirby. So I'm going to give you a beverage,
Okay.
and I want to, and I did the research on this. I want to know how long you think and not like from a mindset perspective, how long would your body actually survive in consuming only this product? Let's start with something easy. Black coffee. Okay, so
Oh.
no creamer, no sugar, just black coffee. So that's all you have for nutrients. You can have as much black coffee as you want. How long does the internet say you could survive?
A month?
7 days.
Really? That's
7 days.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's
That is
it.
fascinating because I figured you'd get
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a
I think
dehydrator.
that's the problem. I mean, there's still
Yeah.
water in it, but it would dehydrate you
And
very,
then,
very rapidly. And I think
okay.
your liver would start to shut down. Boy, this is a fun conversation. So,
Okay, so it's less than I thought because I thought, well, you can survive
yeah.
without food for a long period of time, but yeah, you'd need
Yeah.
water. Okay, got it.
Let's go with gasoline, Kirby. How long would you be able to survive drinking gasoline?
Uh, t- t- 7 hours?
Okay. No bullshit. Right here, 7 hours. You nailed it 1000% on the head, 7 hours. And honestly, that was about 4 hours longer than I thought it would be, to be honest with you.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm not
Okay.
sure why you'd want to drink gasoline. You can
Yeah. Yeah.
adjust
Well,
that at a time of your choosing. I'm not going to
yeah.
judge you for doing that. All right, Kirby. How about pineapple juice? I
Hmm.
of all the juice extracts, and I don't drink a lot of juice anymore because I have a lot of sugar, but of all the juice extract, I love pineapple juice. I really do. It's absolutely my favorite. When I used to go when we'd go on vacation, that was one of those things I'd always order is fresh pineapple juice.
Yeah.
How long could you last drinking just fresh pineapple juice?
I'll go 21 days.
Okay, not bad. You'd pass away about 4 days earlier.
Okay.
17 days.
Okay.
17 days. 17 days. Very
Yeah.
good, Kirby. How about milk? Do you like the milk, Kirby?
I mean, I can drink milk. I wouldn't think it
Okay,
would
let's go
be
with
that
milk.
sustainable. Um,
Yep.
but it does have nutrients in it. So,
Does have nutrients.
but the dehydration's period. So I'm gonna go 14 days.
6 weeks, Kirby.
Oh,
You could
interesting.
have, yes, you could have the cow's milk for 6 weeks and survive. All right, let's get some
That's good to
fun
know.
ones.
Okay.
Um, let's go something near and dear to your heart. Beer.
Yeah.
How long? You knew this was coming.
Yeah,
This was no
I thought it was
no.
gonna be the first one.
No, it would be the fifth one. Beer. How long could you last just drinking beer? Let's just assume it's a fairly robust IPA. Okay,
Okay. I think it's gonna, that's the dehydration factor. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be
yeah,
close to coffee. Let's call it 7 days.
22 days,
Yeah,
Kirby.
there's more
Because I
nutrients.
think
Yeah, there's more
Yeah, I
nutrients
think
in
it's
it.
because, especially, and it could be, I just said beer. I didn't like get
Yeah,
technical, but I bet if it was more like a Guinness, something like that, where it's almost like liquid bread,
yeah,
I
that's
think you
fair.
could get a little more in that. All right, Kirby. How about pickle juice? I know that's something that you enjoy from time to time, just sipping off of a Vlasic jar after you've taken out your butter and butter pickles. Pickle juice. How long could you last drinking just pickle juice?
12 days.
27 days.
Man,
27 days, Kirby.
it just goes to show
Uh,
you that the stuff that you don't like, that's what you last
yeah,
on.
yeah. All right, Kirby. Whiskey. Just
Uh,
whiskey. And I
okay.
know you're not a big whiskey guy. This is more up my alley, but
Right.
how long are we lasting?
Okay. I'm gonna go 10 days.
7 days. Not too
Okay.
bad,
So about
Kirby.
coffee.
Are
I was comparing it to coffee. So yeah.
okay, we only have two more. We only have
Okay.
two more. So we're killing time perfectly here. Do you like the chicken wing?
I do like the chicken wing.
Okay. Frank's Red Hot. That's all you're drinking is Frank's Red Hot.
Oh, that sounds
How
terrible.
long will you laugh? How long
Uh,
will you last, Kirby?
I can't. I think most people would last longer than me.
Yeah.
I would say 8 days.
Prepare to be shocked, Kirby. 49 days, according to the internet. You would be able to I don't know how that works, by the way.
I
And
don't.
by the way, I'm not standing by these statistics at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But 49 days, and honestly, drinking Frank's Red Hot for 49 seconds sounds like a pretty bad deal. And I like
Yeah.
Frank's Red Hot, but that's a lot. That's a lot. All
Yeah.
right. Last one, Kirby. This is one I really need you to think about because honestly, I think you might actually, this might be an expertise one for you.
Okay.
Mountain Dew.
Oh
How
yeah.
long? Because if you don't know Kirby, kids, Kirby of all the beverages, the carbonated beverages outside of alcohol that he likes, it is Mountain Dew, which is beyond bizarre for most of us, but that's okay. To
Do like
each
it.
their own. Kirby loves a Mountain Dew. Kirby, how long will you last? And you're going to start off right now drinking Mountain Dew. How long are you going to last?
Till I'm 80 years old.
I don't think so. You want to give that another try?
Um, I'm gonna go 21 days.
Very close, Kirby. You would last 19 days
So
drinking just
longer than
Mountain Dew, but
pineapple juice. It's a health drink.
I wouldn't go that far, but you would last, if you drank just Mountain Dew, you would last 19 days. But I'll tell you what, if you partner with AWS, Our Work Services USA, you're going to last a lot longer than 19 days. In fact, your 2025 is going to be nothing short of spectacular because they are a partner that are going to tailor make amazing back office and innovative technology solutions just for you and your business to ensure your success. Virtual assistants, ERP solutions that are specifically designed for promo, real-time artwork and order processing, and award-winning websites. We mentioned the Cap America website. If you haven't been on it, it's truly beautiful to see. So if you are interested in more, and damn it, darn it, heck yeah, you should be. And you're going to be at PPAI Expo. Head over to booth number 2754. You won't be sorry you did. Hit up Scott, hit up Varshal. They'll be happy to chat with you and really help you understand how they can truly transform your business in the coming year and for years to come. Kirby, I want to thank you for having the courage to podcast with me this morning. I think what we ought to do, though, for the next podcast, let's make a mixed drink out of pickle juice, pineapple juice, and Mountain Dew and see how long we last.
That's a no for me, dog.
Thanks, Randy Jackson.